Welcome to our 10-minute tidbits on crafting your capability statement. We're here to help you scale up your business for success, helping small businesses and promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion. All right, welcome back. This is our third video on crafting your capabilities statement. And in this video, we really want to cover what should be in that template. What should you make sure that you're really including in your capability statement? So, in the past two videos, we've covered what it is, why you need one, identifying your target customer, making sure you've got your differentiator, and tons of information. So, go back and watch those if you have not. Here with me, I have Dawn Mays, and she's going to set us up for success in scaling your business for success and telling us what needs to be on that capability statement.
Yes, awesome. Thanks so much, Izzy. Excited to be here again. This is Dawn Mays, Senior Program Manager for APB and Associates. And to continue this dialogue with the capability statement, I mean, every business needs to have it. I don't care how small you are, what industry you're in. And so I'm really excited to kind of take a deeper dive of each portion of it and making sure that everyone's clear on what needs to be included. And so, a part of that capability statement, some key sections that need to be called out on there. One would be a basic paragraph that introduces your company, who you are, what you specialize in. And even a part of that narrative, you can call out what are your differentiators. We are known for this. We utilize this technology. We have staff with over 50 years experience in this particular trade or expertise in something, right? That definitely needs to be included. Your logo needs to be included so people know who you are with your contact information. I would advise that would be at the top of your document. But what else should be listed? Your core capabilities. I know in our previous videos, we talked about identifying and highlighting key things, right? That you do. What are you known for? You might do 50 things, but you don't do 50 things excellent, right? It's
Right.
just impossible. And so, if you could identify a top 3 or 5 things that you know you're known for and that you want to be known for, or it's your niche, it definitely needs to be listed. Okay. Next, what needs to be included are your certifications and codes, right? So your NACE codes, your Duns and Bradstreet number. Um, if you are woman certified, veteran certified, small business, minority business, EDGE certified, those need to be listed on your capability statement so they can know exactly what kind of business they'll be working with, right? In addition to that, you want to list past performances or jobs that you have completed. If you want to and you can kind of list them all as a large group. However, sometimes you have different clients that you use, and they fall under separate categories. It could be you work in the government, you work in commercial, and you work international, or you work in healthcare, you work in higher education, and you work in construction. So maybe you want to divvy that section up based off of those categories or particular clientele so you can list what you've worked on. Now, in previous, videos, we talked about the importance of less is more, and nobody wants to read an essay. Okay, so this would be an opportunity if you have several projects. Let's say you've worked in government and commercial, then maybe you want to find specifically with government, you want to find their logo, and you want to add that underneath government past performance. I've worked in government in these particular institutions or organizations. So it still conveys who you've been working with, but it's not using words. And I said in the last video, I'll say it in this one, nobody gets overwhelmed by pictures. It is only too many words.
Yeah, and there's great services as well, Canva, things like this nature. Like you can find pictures that even represent something that you do if you don't actually have a photo of something that represents it as well.
Yeah, that's really good, Izzy, because I've said this before. Listen, if you are a mechanic or you are an electrician, I am sure that pretty pictures is not your ministry. Okay. And that is okay. There are plenty of tools, as Izzy stated, that can help you with creating your template. They actually provide stock photos. What are stock photos? They're just photos with people in them, but you have permission to use them on any document for your benefit. It could be a resume, it can be a PowerPoint presentation, it could be a capability statement. So, like if you're an electrician, maybe you want to find a picture of someone doing putting together some wires. If you're a plumber, maybe you want to have somebody, fixing some pipes. But ultimately, it helps break up that capability statement where it's not all kind of one big blob because there's so many words. It gives some visual relief, and it helps the particular reader want to get through all of your content because they're not overwhelmed with too many words.
Right, and when they're scrolling through, resumes or capability statements, and they're looking at all these, it's the same thing as being on social media nowadays, which is one of my specialties. Like, people are just scrolling, and we have to stop the scroll. And
Absolutely.
we're doing the same thing here with the capability statement, except we're finding something that's going to pique their interest. What is it that they really want to see?
Yes, and you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, Izzy, because we did get this expert tip on these workshops that we've been teaching about capability statement. And one of them was imagining, because there were questions about, hey, with a capability statement, how much many words is too many words? But the comment was imagine, because we are in a technology based world now, the majority of our clients, our colleagues are going to be looking at these documents through our phone.
Yes.
So, how many times does somebody have to zoom in to your document to see what you have written? They should be able to look at it visually, kind of see your projects, see maybe logos you've worked with or companies you've worked with, or they should be able to see projects or buildings that you've worked on. And if you are doing it properly, you will be able to identify, they should be able from a distance to identify what your core competencies are, what your differentiators are, who are your clients you've worked with, what are your codes, and how do you differentiate that? By making text larger or bolder so it can call the eye out to take a look at this section here because they have pronounced the letters or they've put a picture there which draws the eye immediately there, like, oh, what's in this section? So you want it to be visually appealing where they can scan the document, but if they decided they're going to take some time to go through the entire document and read it, that it reads clearly, with not too much description, and they have a general idea of who your business is, what do you do well, and who you have worked with in the past.
Perfect. Yes, and being able to know your target audience and know which pictures, know which words, know which certifications need to be on there. That also sets you up as the expert or the authority on the subject by saying like, "Look, I know exactly what you're looking for, and here it is."
Absolutely. That's great.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you, Dawn, so much. This wraps up our crafting your capabilities statement. So we've got the 3 videos here. And next, we're going to be moving on to the second workshop that you delivered. And we're breaking down these key knowledge areas into these short videos.
Yes.
This next one is the matchmaking versus the networking.
Yes. 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 So important, a great tool to have. And to make it work for you, it doesn't have to be in a large setting either. So looking
No,
forward to it.
but you do need to know how to craft your capability statement before moving into the breakdown of our workshop 2.
Yes, yes. And also, if you find this video very helpful, please feel free to share it with your colleagues, share it with the small business community. If you believe that this knowledge is great, shoot us an email.
Mhm.
I'm sure Izzy's email is on the screen somewhere, but send us some feedback to say, hey, I did what you guys suggested and it worked for me, or I updated my capability statement and guess what? This guy called me back, right? Um,
Yeah.
Give us your feedback because it helps us to determine, where we need to go with our information, if we needed to add something else that maybe was missing. But we're always just trying to get better and bringing you guys small digestible bites for business success so that
Mhm.
you're able to actually implement it in smaller steps. So
That
ultimately, this is a long-term strategy to position your business for the next 5, 10, 15 years.
perfectly said. Yes. And of course, we're available as a resource as well, not just these videos. But if your company needs someone to come in and look at these things, position you better for the sale, we can also work with you to do that too. So
Absolutely.
thanks for joining, and we will see you in the next video.
Bye, guys.